sweeties. So today I'll be doing like a marathon on the last 3 episodes of The Rebound. That's episode 10, 11, and 12. I almost dropped the show towards the end, but because of my love for MeenPing and my love for you guys, I decided to complete it. So here's a recap of the last 3 episodes and what I think. Starting with episode 10, I have to admit, Lynn is a tricky character. On one hand, I get where she's coming from. Losing her mom must be incredibly hard, and I can understand why she might expect Rio to be thrilled about reconnecting with his family. But her relentless pursuit of Ryu, despite his clear lack of interest, is frustrating. It's like she's ignoring all the signs that he's just not that into her. I mean, I get it, she's trying to be supportive and enthusiastic about the team, and I'll give her credit for that. Then there's the junior who likes Lynn. I can't quite remember his name, but he's got a certain charm. I hope he finds someone who appreciates him because he deserves better than pining after someone who clearly doesn't share his feelings. Now, let's talk about the shady school board member who's pushing for the gym's demolition. It's pretty clear he's getting some sort of kickback, but his intentions were not made known at the end of the series, and that's like a major plot hole. At least his intentions should have been made known. As for Adam, he was a nice change as the second lead, avoiding the usual jealous drama. I was hoping for more sweet moments between him and Zen, but the episode was all about the basketball action. The final match was exciting, and even though the intense camera work was a bit much, it really cranked up the drama. The show was definitely teasing us with those throuple vibes, and I am glad that in the end Adam is the understandable one. When I was watching this episode, I knew Rio's mom is going to be a major headache, and I was right, because when she showed up, I sensed something fishy. Zen's plan to get a scholarship and potentially attend the same university as Adam is an interesting twist. It's a smart move on Adam's part, even if it does add another layer of complexity to their relationship. In episode 11, things started to feel a bit more cluttered. The show was juggling a lot of different storylines, mafia issues, love triangles, and the ongoing drama with the school admin. The mafia subplot wrapped up so quickly that it felt like a missed opportunity. I wanted to see more depth in how it affected the characters, but instead it just fizzled out. Rio's mom continued to be a frustrating character. She was portrayed as this one-dimensional villain, and it was a bit disappointing. I was hoping for more flaws from her, but it seemed like the show was using her mostly for drama. It also looked like we were heading for a time jump, given how mature the characters were starting to look. I thought the story might have worked better if it was set in a college setting. It would have made more sense for them to have a bit more maturity and life experience. The love triangle with Adam was becoming increasingly frustrating. Adam was holding on to hope because Zen hadn't been clear about his feelings. It was a classic case of miscommunication that could have been avoided if Zen had just been upfront from the beginning. Adam's confusion and lingering hope were understandable, but it was dragged on for too long. The school admin plotline was kind of over the place. What was supposed to be a major obstacle for the basketball team ended up feeling like a half-baked plot device. It was like the show introduced it to create conflict, but didn't actually follow through with a solid resolution. The basketball scenes in this episode were entertaining, but some of the motivational chants were so over the top that they became a bit ridiculous. It felt like the show was trying too hard to be uplifting, and it didn't quite hit the mark. Moving on to episode 12, the finale felt like a whirlwind. Zen's public announcement about Phuket in the middle of the game was not only poorly timed, but also just plain weird. How did the refs pause the game for a mid-court chat? It was a dramatic moment, but it was hard to take seriously. The finale as a whole was a bit of a letdown. I was really hoping for a more satisfying conclusion, but it felt like the show stumbled over itself. Ram's scene with the headphones because of the private dance party upstairs was hilarious, and it provided a nice bit of comic relief. But overall, the episode was bogged down by unnecessary drama. I was kind of hoping for a nice lovey-dovey last episode moments from Ryu and Zen, considering everything they had been through, but instead we got an under-the-blanket stuff. I wouldn't say I was disappointed considering the show's rating, but a nice little romantic moment or even just a romantic kiss would have done better than that under-blanket action. The finale tried to wrap up too many storylines too quickly. Q's solo basketball scene in the rain was more impactful than most of the other drama. I was left wondering about Adam and his dad's storyline, which was left hanging, and why Rio's mom's redemption arc was so poorly handled. The Phuket plot felt like it was crammed in at the last minute and didn't add much to the overall story. So when comparing these episodes, it's clear that each one had its strengths and weaknesses. Episode 10 set up a lot of drama and introduced some intriguing plot lines. It had a good balance of basketball action and character moments, but Lin's persistent pursuit of Ryu was a bit frustrating. Episode 11 felt like it was trying to juggle too many plot lines without fully resolving any of them. The mafia subplot was underdeveloped, and Rio's mom continued to be a one-dimensional villain. The love triangle and school admin plot lines were also mishandled, making this episode feel a bit messy. By the time we got to episode 12, the show was already struggling to wrap everything up in a satisfying way. The finale had its moments, but ultimately felt rushed and disjointed. The lack of romance for Ryu and Zen was a major letdown, and the show's attempt to cram in multiple storylines left it feeling chaotic. Overall, The Rebound had a lot of potential, but struggled with its pacing and resolution. There were definitely some great moments and characters, particularly Grandma, but the final episodes left a lot to be desired. I really love Meen and Ping, and I'm hoping for them to get better shows and soon too, so I won't miss them much. So thank you, sweeties, for joining me on this marathon review. Let me know your thoughts on these episodes and what you're hoping for next. Don't forget to like and share this video. It means a lot to me. Catch ya in the next video.